What are your top 10 favorite years or years that have helped you in your life to become a better person? The years that where you've done the most or done very important things, or certain things happen to change your life for the better. What are your top 10 years in your life? Personally, I'm Oatmeal. This is my bowl. Here's my top 10 years. Number 10, 2014, that's this year, because I just think there's no time like the presents, and that's usually something that a lot of people say, like, oh, this year is the best year, and then next year, like, oh no, this year is the best year. So whatever year that we're in, I like to say that's the best year. Because I feel like, I'm older. And that's something I started doing since I was about 10 years old or so. I would say, oh man, I feel so much older now. And a year ago, I was so much younger. And then the next year, you do the same thing. Say, oh, I'm so much older now. And I was so much younger the year before. And each year, you do that. So number 10, 2014. And I feel like this time, I'm going to get it right. This time, I'm going to do things better and better and more better. Number 9, 2013. For the same amount, the same reasons kind of as 2014. Maybe a little bit more important because I already lived out 2013. I haven't finished 2014 yet, so maybe I won't really do a lot. Maybe I'll become like, paralyzed or something, go in a coma in 2014, and maybe nothing great will happen in 2014. We'll have to see until we finish 2014 to see how important 2014 is. But 2013, I've already finished it, and I was in Vietnam for the whole entire year. One day in Cambodia, if that counts, for my visa, passport, visa and passport. But I feel like 2013 is important because, like, I've been in Vietnam just trying to, like, teaching English and trying to help people, making friends. I feel like some of those things are important. At least, I try to help people. Number 8, 1990, because I started doing things a little bit better. I started drawing more, which helped me thinking more. I asked Jesus Christ to save me, which I feel like is very important. If you don't believe in that, you may not understand what I'm saying, and you may think I'm crazy. But you should think about it. I'm a Christian. I believe that Christ is the Savior and Creator. That He made everything, and that He can help you in whatever that you need. Kind of like Buddha, but in a better way. Believe it or not. I just feel like, I was getting older. I was about 5 years old in 1990, and I started doing things more. And I started thinking about things a little bit more. Number 7, 2012, mostly because I went to Vietnam in 2012 at the end. On the 29th of November, on a Thursday, around noon, I arrived in Hanoi airport from the United States, where I was born and raised. I was born and raised in the USA, but I feel like also, I went to Vietnam, but I also I was working with my father in 2012, and I was making like music videos for my Arnold Attic films, and I was talking to people in my neighborhood and trying to make friends with people, trying to help people in the area, and just like, spending time with my father while I still can, doing important things like that. I feel like that was very important. Number 6, 2008, because I was going to go and help Lincoln Hawk, help people in the Salvation Army in Long Beach, California, but then I ended up going and living with my father for about a month or two, August, September in 2008, and then I was able to move into my younger sister's old apartment, and she moved out, and the apartment in Portland, and I was able to get like a job. First, I was a camp counselor at a Salvation Army camp again, and then I was working at a restaurant in Portland and an after-school program, and I started playing guitar and piano, and I feel like, like I was also making, like, it started out in 2008, the beginning of the year. I was still in Hawaii with Revolution Hawaii, and I was making EA, encouragement articles for like people, and trying to motivate people, encourage people. I was trying to like every day I was always out there trying to talking to people and stuff, and so I feel like 2008 it's important because I was able to like get 2 jobs in like only like in a month. Like I was gonna go to California, and then for some reason that didn't work, and then I ended up back at home with my father, and I was living at home, and it was almost like I was a bum. Like, oh my goodness, you're like a grown up, like what, 25 or how old? Like 25 years old or so, and living at home. Oh my goodness, that's like kind of depressing. But then like after like a month, I was able to like find a job, move out, and live in a big city, Portland, Oregon, of the United States, and I kind of got my life back, like figured out or something, and things started getting better until maybe like 2009, and then different things happened where I lost my job or something, and then I had to like recover from all that kind of thing. Number 5, 2006, because first I was able to go to another country for the first time. I went to Quebec, which is part of Canada and above New York. And as a missionary, I was able to be there for 10 days in March, right before April, like the last week of March, and with other missionary people from my school, Word of Life Bible Institute, and also like I went off to another college after that in August. I went to ABC, Appalachian Bible College, and I was also a counselor in the summer and in the winter in 2006. And like when I went to the ABC College in West Virginia, I was like, it's kind of like going to another new school or starting a new year in high school, and like you feel like last year you were a freshman and now you're a sophomore, even though it's a different school. Like I felt like I was new, and I was smiling, and I was meeting people, and I felt like a lot of those things was very, very important in my development as a person. And I feel like it was very important because of that. Number 4, 2004, because like I went off to college, in New York, and I was able to go and go and live in another state because I was living, and I was born and raised in Oregon, and then 2004 I graduated high school when I was 19, and I flew in an airplane for the first time to New York, and I was able to meet a lot of people, learn a lot of things about life, psychology, sociology, the Bible, how to help people, meeting people, all these things that I feel like really helps me. And it can help you too, I feel like. Very important. Number 3, 2003. Because that's the year, it was like my last year in high school. And I decided like I was going to be a girls basketball manager, and I was going to like be involved like more in like the drama club and the earth club in high school, and I tried to be there for people more, even like at youth groups, or like try to make more friends and try to be more active instead of like in my room doing my own thing. I tried being more outgoing, and like every year in my life I kind of get more outgoing. But first I was really shy. Like when I was 10 years old I could barely say my name. When I was going to like a basketball camp in the summer basketball camp, and like the coach, they're really tall, and they say, what's your name? And I say, Joey. But I could barely whisper my name, and they think my name is Jerry. My name's not Jerry. My name's Joey. It's kind of sad sometimes. Number 2, 1995, because my brother started talking to me about making videos, and then I started thinking, yeah, I want to make movies, and so I wrote the script for the Power Rangers movie that we made in 96, and I wrote the Power Rangers movie script in 95, and I was 10 years old. It ended up being like an hour-long movie, and one of my favorite movies that I ever made at the age of 10 years old, before I turned 11 in 96. I also started writing more. I started writing more in 95, and I feel like all those things kind of made me into a better person, because a writer, it's a very important job, that is if you're good at it. And I feel like it's helped me communicate better as a writer, to organize my thoughts more, because if I don't write it down, I might forget it, and I might get a little scatterbrain or something. It could get a little chaotic if you don't write things down and you try to organize things, especially with me, with my brain going all over the place with different ideas and stuff as a creative Robin Williams or whatever mess that I am. Number one, the only thing more important than that is 93, when I was about 8 years old, because I decided to start helping people more.